Ever wish that you could just duplicate your perfect tutoring setup for every student? I'll show you exactly how I do it using pencil spaces to create a reusable template that keeps everything in one place. I have my blending board, my writing tools, my books, games, and more. And this simple setup can work for any tutor to speed up the onboarding process and spend less time on lesson planning. So I'm going to show you how can I create a template for my students. Now this can then be used with every single one of your students in the future. So for here, I typically will use UFLI. So I'm going to go to the UFLI apps and I want to add a blending board. So I'm going to open that on up right here. I'm going to click OK, accept, and now I have my blending board. I'm going to come back on over here, and if I want to then also open on up like a just one of the beginning lessons, I absolutely can. And I can click here. This is automatically going to bring it to right where the UFly is located. And I can have that opened for all of my students. And then I can easily come back on over here and be right at the tool where I need it. I have a place where they can write. So I'm going to change the background on here, make this the writing rule, medium, confirm. And this is where we'll have the opportunity then to be able to write. So I'm going to now also label this, and inside of here, I'm going to put on in spelling. That's where we're going to practice our spelling. The next one is going to be for our books. This one I have to upload individually, but at least I know that this tab is where I will upload those books automatically for each of my sessions. And then I like to end my sessions with a fun game. So I am going to put in here pairs concentration. I'm going to add that right on inside of here. So I'm going to get rid of these, and I'll even save this to my settings. We just play a quick 1-minute game at the end of our session. I don't want to waste too much time with games in my tutoring, but this is just a fun way to recognize them. So I have almost all of the basic parts. My next board that I always add is fluency for most of my students. So I'm going to put fluency here. Now this is going to be based on where they're at with their fluency, but I don't have to worry about that. Again, I don't have to recreate these boards later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background. I usually have just a white background for this. If you would like to set a default for any of your backgrounds and you want to brand it, you absolutely can. And you have that ability to. Now I have all the resources and the tools that I need in order to have a lesson for any of my students. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this room. It's called Pink Earth. And I'm going to duplicate this for every single one of my brand new students. So I'm going to show you how to do that part next. So I'm going to log out. And now I'm going to come on over into the view details. And I'm going to go to the 3 dots and duplicate space. When I duplicate the space, it's going to duplicate for the next student. And then I title this space with the student's name. And now I have all of my boards and everything that I need for that student. So I am going to change this from Pink Earth. It says copy right here, right? I'm going to rename this space as examples. I'm just going to name it the next student's name. Since this is a template for me, I'm just going to put template, but I would put in the name of the student that this template was going to go for. And now I have all the resources I need, and it makes setting up my next student even that much easier.